All right, guys, continuing from the last video, I said I was going to start checking those fractions to see if they were equivalent to 1/2. So I have my 1/2, then my 2/4, 3/6, 5/10, 6/12, and they all are the same amount, so they would be equal. So if my friend Ella said that she had 2/4 of a brownie, and I said, well, I had 5/10 of a brownie, we would still have had the same amount of brownie, just cut in different ways. All right, we're going to move on to the last question, and then we will be done with this task. All right, Tim claims that he can use what he knows about benchmark fractions to compare the two fractions in problems A through C. Insert the greater than or less than sign to compare the two fractions. Explain how benchmarks of 1/2 or 1 can help you compare the fractions below. So the first one is 4/6 and 3/6. Okay. Well, I'm going to use that benchmark of 1/2 because I just had it on my board in the previous question. And I know that 3/6 is equivalent to 1/2. Well, 4/6 is 1 more 6. So when fractions have the same denominator, I can look to the numerator because then that's how many of those fractional pieces we have. So if I have 3/6 and 4/6, 4/6 is going to be bigger than 3/6. Okay, so I'm going to put my greater than sign right there. 4/6 is greater than 3/6. All right, B is looking at 8ths and 3/4. Okay, so before I use my fraction tiles, I'm thinking 4/8. In a previous question, 4/8 was equal to 1/2. 3/4. Well, 2/4 is equal to 1/2. So 4/8 and 2/4 would be equal. 3/4 would be more than 1/2. So I'm thinking right now that 3/4 is greater than 4/8, or 4/8 is less than 3/4. So let's see here. I'm going to put my 4/8. Again, I'm thinking that's equivalent to 1/2. Okay, and it is. And then 3/4. There's my 2/4, and that's equal to 1/2 and 4/8. But 3/4 is going to be greater than 4/8. Or you can say 4/8 is less than 3/4. Okay. All right, now I don't have fraction tiles for ninths. For C, 8/9 and 3/5. So I'm really going to have to think of the size of the fractional pieces. So if I go back to my thinking of brownies, and I cut a brownie into 9 equal pieces. Then I have a second brownie that I cut into 5 equal pieces. The brownie that's cut into 9 equal pieces are going to have smaller pieces because you're trying to share with 9 people. The second brownie, you're only sharing with 5, so you're going to be able to get a little bit more of the brownie, or each person is going to be able to get a little bit more of each of the brownie, and they're going to each have 1/5. So 5ths are bigger than 9ths, but if I'm thinking of 8/9 and 3/5, 8/9 I would only need one little more 1/9, one little fractional piece to make one whole, because 9/9 is one whole. 3/5, I would need 2 more 5ths, which would be bigger than 1/9 to have one whole. So let me see. I'm gonna draw my brownies. Make sure I have the same size hole. Okay. And 9ths. Shoo. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. It's not perfect there. And then fifths. Let me move that one back over. All right, so if I have 3/5 of a brownie, but then 8/9, I only need that last little piece, that 9th, to make one whole. But on the fifths, I would need 2/5 to make one whole. So 8/9 is greater than 3/5. Okay. All right. So you did it. You completed task 8. We have pulled all of our ideas together. Okay. So great job on this task, and I look forward to this week in our math workshop. Bye, guys.